get organized.
Okay. Hey y'all, I'm sorry about that. Y'all see my junky office area. I'm sorry about that. Um, let me see. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Get I'm trying to get everything together. Hold on. Okay. Hey now. Hey, it's now or never. How are you? Hi, K baby. Hey, Rochelle. How y'all doing? Hey, child. Y'all all right? I'm not gonna be on here too long or whatever because my programs come on tonight, y'all. So I'm not gonna be on here too long. Not at all. Not at all. But we're gonna talk about some things. And I wanted to talk about some things, um, live with you guys because there's been a lot of talk since I dropped the pardon thing, everything and stuff, and who was pardoned. Tamika, hey, or whatever. So, y'all seen that lady on the thumbnail, okay? And for those of you who don't know who that is, if I don't see you guys, that's because I'm in commentary right now. And I will look, I'm on my phone, okay? I'm trying to look at the computer behind me, but the phone is blocking because my tripod is broke, okay? So it broke, okay? So my phone tripod. And oh, okay. So my phone is broke. My tripod. Okay. So the lady on there's been a lot of talk about pardon. Okay. And I'm going to talk about pardon, and I'm going to talk about protest. Okay. I can hear this from Spitfire. It's been out since I've been live, and we can talk about these things, right? We need to talk about these things because I think that it's important for people to understand some things, okay? I've also did videos and told you guys that none of this stuff that we talk about on these YouTube streets is coincidence, right? There is no coincidence, okay? None at all, okay? Jailbird, hey, how are you? I won't say the other part of your name because I'm not going to get into that mess, but I will say Jailbird. How you doing? What I want to talk to you about, her name is Rosalind Sargent Burns, okay? Rosalind Sargent Burns, okay? And she's been working for the Department of Justice since 2008. She has a very extensive record, okay? A very elite background. She has a lot of history behind her in law, okay? And she's been working for the Department of Justice since 2008. All right. And she was on the Department of Ethics, okay, officer. She was a team lead and senior attorney advisor for the pardon portfolio. She was active deputy of the pardons attorney, okay? And she's now the pardon attorney, the official pardon attorney. She did a lot of pro bono work, okay? And multiple community program and efforts, right? So she did a lot of things, and she is now the acting pardon attorney. Okay, so a lot of times when people go, it's almost like okay, similar, just similar, except for it's to get out of prison, as we got something to put you in prison. Okay, and we have people that have to have applications to put in for pardon, okay? So a lot of people on these YouTube streets have telling people what pardon is and all this and that. Well, Spittinfire is not a surface level thinker, okay? A lot of people say they don't like to be taught. Well, you're going to be taught today because that's what Spittinfire does. And it's going to be important that we give accurate information out here because or give the people the information to which they can go look it up themselves. I'm not going to waste my time because, like I said, my programs come on tonight. Wednesday and Thursday nights is program night. Okay, so I'm not going to waste my time on it. But I'm going to tell you that it's her. She's Miss Sergeant Burns, Rosalind Sergeant Burns, the acting pardon attorney. You have to put in an application to get pardoned. She's also a native from Illinois. What did I tell you guys in 2019? What did I tell you guys again in 2020? What have I recently told you guys in 2021? There is no coincidence in none of this stuff. When I tie you people together and I tie people together, there's no coincidence in any of this stuff. When I tell you that this is something in my expertise, I am sincere about it, and you need to listen. From down to the protest on down to the information that I give you each and every time I put out informational stuff. It ain't things that I think I know. It's not even an opinion. These are the facts of what I tell you about something that is educational, okay? So I have did a lot of studies in my college years in law. Okay. Now I did not go to school for law, and I'm not, but I have did a lot of studies and worked with a lot of lawyers and did a lot of work with a lot of law office. But I felt like I was better in management, so I proceeded my degree in management and stuff like that. Okay, and I am 15 credits for my second master's in information systems engineering. So, my electives was in business and negotiations because I felt that even though it wasn't, required for me to get my degree, I just felt that it was important because I need to know negotiations. And as I was doing these things, other parts of law came up and I was interested in it, and I took those classes, okay? Then I started working with people who actually were going to school for law, and then I started working with them and getting some studies and work studies and stuff in to get credits for college, working in the law offices and things like that. Okay, so you got to put in an application there, and she's from Illinois, Chicago. Okay, so everybody asking why R. Kelly, whatever. So I don't know what pool Greenberg has. I don't know if him and her even get along, or if he knows her, or anything like that. But I just feel that if anybody who in Chicago, Illinois, and if they have any ill will, or if these women liberation movement reached out to them, then that application can also be lost. You know what I mean? When it pertains to certain people. And, you know what I mean? So, you got to be careful with those things, right? And in the case of Bill Cosby, well, his already went to the Supreme Court. So probably want to wait till the outcome. They didn't even take that initiative to do, application for him. So you may want to go on this site, www.justice.com. And you can go, matter of fact, you can go on the United States Department of Justice. They do have frequently asked questions. Okay, I'm not going to give you and read you the answers into what you want to know about R. Kelly, because I want you guys to do it yourself. Okay, and you can interpret it how you want to interpret whether somebody is qualified for a pardon or not. You understand what I'm saying? And what the qualifications is to even get pardoned. You get what I'm saying? So you make sure you go and do your homework and you do it yourself. Look up on the Department of Justice, and the pardon attorney is Rosalind Sergeant Burns. People need to stop looking at Google and searching, and they actually need to tell you guys to go to the sites into which you can find this information, because it's out there for you. And there's applications out there. And the question should be asked if anyone else can file an application on behalf of the person that is detained pending trial. You know what I mean? Because he has not been convicted, but he is detained pending trial. You get what I'm saying? So you want to ask those particular questions. And then the questions is, you want to ask why not. But if you have a lawyer that is not for the president, then I can't see him helping anyone that is, you know what I mean? He's on there saying things about Trump. You know what I mean? He's very anti-Trump, which is his right. It's his right to be anti-Trump. It's his right to be anti-Biden if he was. That's his right. But I often told you guys that I don't think that Kamala should have been out there with the women liberations movement. You know, when you are a person that is representing the public, whether you're attorney, prosecutor, vice president, president, you represent everyone that comes to you and things like that. Now, she was out here with these women liberation movements, and the men who they accusing, you're their vice president as well. So when they need something, how are you going to be bias free? And these one of the things that I was talking about on Spitting Fire. If you remember, I was talking about these things. Also, and I think that people should stay out of politics. When you have a client that's facing charges like this, because you may have needed that president to, if you did put in an application to execute that pardon. You get what I'm saying? If you on there and you send tweets that are not good, because you best believe that if he pardoned anybody, they investigated everybody on that application and any affiliates. Hello, Monet. So I just want everybody to understand that. So make sure you go on the Department of Justice and look under Rosalind Sergeant Barnes, and you can find information. And there are frequently asked questions there that they are asking what you guys are asking, and they have the answers right there. And it's a lot of information. So I didn't want to pick and choose which ones I wanted to give you. I wanted just to give you and direct you to the site into which to go to look it up for yourself, because it's important that you guys get the accurate information. You know what I mean? The other side is going to always give you inaccurate information. But over here, we're supposed to give you accurate information. If we don't know the accurate information, or it's too much for us to give it to you, then we're supposed to direct you to the site into which you can go on there and read it for yourself. Now, there is supposed to be, someone asked me the other day, I have not been on these YouTube streets like that, y'all. I have not been in over a week and a half or whatever. I've been dropping in and out. And so I haven't stand around, I haven't even been in the bushes. And I heard there was a lot of stuff that I missed. My bro Block did a video and I missed it. He said, "Did you see my live?" I was like, "Nope, I was knocked out. I've been busy doing a lot of things. I was knocked out. I just missed a lot of stuff." And so he said, "Yeah, well, from what he heard and from what other people were telling me, that there was supposed to be a walk or whatever in Chicago." And I've always supported, I'm not participating in anything because I told you people already shown that they know how to act me. But I will support financially if I can. Anybody that's doing anything that exercising their rights to protest for a valid cause, I'm there for it. You know what I mean? Because I can't tell nobody how to protest, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. I can only give advice, and I've given you free advice, and you guys do it the way that you want to do it, and that's fine, because I'm not going to be out there walking, so I can't give no critique there, but I can give some constructive criticism, okay? Now, I done told you about the pardon. I done told you who to contact for information and where to go and look up the information on that. But when it comes to the protest, I have said in 19, 20, and 21. Now, people did the protest the way they wanted to do it. Okay, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying they did it the way they wanted to do it. Okay, I personally think that, me personally, if I had did a protest, I would go out and meet with the subs and shake their hand and get to know them and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be interacting with you guys like that. You know what I mean? Because I think that that's one of the problems that bloggers do when they get personally connected with subscribers the way that they do. I think there's just a level of communication that you should have with your subscribers, but then there's a level of disconnect that needs to be there for protection for you and the subscriber. So that's just the way it is. It's just a professional thing. It's not nothing personal. When it comes to doing a protest, I often told you guys in 1920 and recently that you have to put everybody in one pot. You heard me say that. How many of you hear me say, well, when you're fighting against injustice, you have to put everything in one pot? You know what I mean? You cannot go out here fighting for one individual. nobody's going to hear you. You're fighting for one individual. You get what I'm saying? And when you fight for one individual like that, it has to be something drastic. You know what I mean? And the loss of life is the only one that's drastic when it comes to one individual. And that's like police brutality, fatal shootings of unarmed black men or black person or Karen or that type of stuff. But when it comes to something that is hearsay crime like sex, rape, molestation, stuff like that, you got to put everything in one pot and show that it is an issue in society or in your legal system that is targeting certain group of people. You get what I'm going? I hope you guys get what I'm going with that. And so when you protest, you want to protest about men's rights as opposed to just R. Kelly. Okay? Now, I done told you guys that several times. And I let you do what you want to do, and I support it. But I'm going to only tell you this one more time. Okay? Because I've often told you guys that if you do, once we did this and it didn't happen in time, time is of the essence when you do things. And so when you want to go to Chicago and do things, it was before when I was talking about protesting and I was organizing, it was his arrest in 2019. Now that he's arrested, you got to throw him in a pot with everyone else, with Bill Cosby, with the unknowns, with everyone else. It can't just be him, because there's nothing but a group of fans that is upset that the person who they look up to is incarcerated. You get what I'm going? So when you have an issue with someone's civil rights or due process has been violated, then you go to where the laws are made. I said that in 2019, I said that in 2020, and I'm saying that in 2021. Chicago, Illinois, New York, and everywhere else is not the place to be. Last couple weeks ago, we seen a storm at the Capitol. Now, we don't want to go there and act like those people, but that was the place you need to be. They knew that. You just don't want to act like them because then you guys would be dead. But they knew that. And see, right now, the place is guarded heavy. And I'm quite sure they probably won't allow any protests to happen right now. So that is just Spittinfire's take on it. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys pay attention, because the information that I gave you, is valid. Trust me. Trust me. You need banners that say men are under attack. You need banners that say the injustice of black men. You need to debunk the whole Me Too movement. You have to debunk it. You have to. You have to challenge it. And that's the only way you're going to get some recognition publicly. Now, that I have said that in 2021, for those of you, because now that I have underlying health conditions, and now that it's 2021, and we're in the corona season, I will only support financially what I can. But as far as going and traveling, no siree, it's too late for that. Because when the people in 20 got support, in 21 getting support, I'm going to support you. Whoever can get the support, do it. But I'm just giving you some food for thought, okay? Because the simple fact is really, if you want the people that can really do something to hear you, you got to be present where they are. Understand what I'm saying? You really do. You have to be present where they are. And you have to have your voice heard. And you have to be professional. You not want to go on bullhorns and say curse words, and you don't want to, act a little on the rowdy side. You want to be on the professional side with cheerleaders in the back. So to let people know that you have the support. You understand what I'm saying? Because, You don't want to make it about one person, because there's a lot of people out here in the same situation. And if we're going to talk about justice, we got to talk about everybody. There are people who can't afford an attorney, like R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, that's in the same situation. So after R. Kelly is gone, then everybody else is fuck you. The everyday man down the street or the little boy that you grew up with that's in the same situation is fuck him. Can't do that. It's your nieces and it's your nephews and your uncles and brothers, your best friend even. You can't. I mean, you get what I'm going with this, guys. It's all the men. It's all of them. And yes, there are some celebrities that fall in that category as well, but it's all of them. So I don't want you guys out there protesting, okay, because for one man and not looking professional. And this is not me hating on you. This is me just giving you constructive criticism, because when I donate to you for these rallies, I want you to be out there and be productive. And there are people like me who can't be there, but they can contribute financially. And if you want their money, you got to present yourself in a productive and professional manner. You understand? And it can't be to hook up. It can't be to turn up. It can't be to go fight. We can't have our people continuously looking like that in the media. You understand? Because no matter how rowdy the Trump supporters were, the whole race of Caucasian people is not tainted. But we get tainted every time a few of us act bad. They're going to label a whole culture of us. So when you do go out there and protest, you're not just protesting for R. Kelly. You're protesting for a whole culture, to make sure that this stuff and the way that these women for profit, victims for profit, coming at the men without proof years later, you make a mark and you let them know that there's people out here that are not going to let you take our black men down. Even if it's their own women, we will fight you. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's important. It's important. You have men in your families. You understand? And we don't want them to be in this situation. We don't never want them to be in this situation. So when you fighting for R. Kelly, you fighting for Daquan or Little John or Little CJ, or you fighting for all of them. All of them. Just like when the women liberation movement, they all came together. And you reach out to people who have been pardoned. You reached out to people who have been under attack. You reached out to people who have been incarcerated on false allegations. And you get them out there to try to join you if they will, so they can hold that banner up. But if you just make it about R. Kelly, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, everybody is in one pot. R. Kelly is us and we are him. He's the little boy down the street and the little boy down the street is him. You understand? So that's what I wanted to say about this, because I just hope that you guys understood where I was coming from and get some understanding. And there are people out here who don't know the truth about R. Kelly. They think that they hear it on the news and that is gospel. They have no idea what they heard on the news is only what we or what they want you to know. You know what I mean? It's just the truth. So thank you guys for listening to Spitfire. My program's coming on. And I just wanted to let you know that there's something in between pardon and protest that you should know. And I want you to take it, notes, and I want you to do it. Okay? I want you to do it productively. I want you to behave I don't want you to get out there fighting. Do not go out there and be fighting everybody and beating people up. We don't want that. All right. So let me look at people. Okay. So I stopped at Monet, Bossa Queenie. Hi, how you doing? Elizabeth, Courtney, Peace and Harmony, A Child. Okay, Tanya. All right. So I just thank you guys for coming in for this short video. I just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know that because I see a lot of stuff going on and I'm tired of it or whatever. So I'm excluding myself from it and I'm working on other things that I came here to work on in 2021. All right. You guys be good. You be safe out here. Peace out. Fire out.